the fact of the matter is that the Chinese just did what America doesn't have the balls to do. They literally let the companies default, right? So, like, I'm not here to be a pom-pom cheerleader for any administration, obviously including, the Chinese administration. But they literally, if you were to let markets do what they do, they actually let two major property developers default. They took their hickeys in their stock markets locally the whole way down. As you know, it was a terrible year, Felix. It's not like they came out and did the P.E. Powell thing. They let themselves wear, terrible returns for the stock market. And lo and behold, after or throughout the default period for Evergrande, Chinese stocks both in Shenzhen and in Shanghai have broken out the bullish trend. That's actually how you let a market clear. You let the default happen, right? I mean, so one, I wanted to get your thoughts on that part of it. Like, one, that's one question. I have another question.
Yeah, I mean, I think it shows a clear signal that, there were some things that Evergrande did wrong that was not conducive to Chinese policies, and they need to be taught a lesson, right? But on the other hand, the officials are very cognizant of what could happen, and they're they're trying to show you signals that, hey, we're watching our eye on the property sector to make sure it's not out of control. So they're kind of being like a watchdog, but they also, just don't want to just bail out anybody that's in trouble either, to teach a lesson on what could happen during this debt crisis, if you will, for Evergrande, and also for its other name called Kaisa. Look, I think on your comment on anti-China sentiment, I think from a politics perspective, it's getting worse. I talked about the delisting concerns last week, and then there's several bills out there on trying to restrict Chinese investment. Actually, it reminds me, one of the biggest AI unicorns was supposed to IPO in Hong Kong. It's called SenseTime. It was heavily marketed, one of the biggest AI unicorns out there, but they had to postpone their IPO now. Even though it's in Hong Kong, they postponed their IPO because the U.S. placed it on their investment blacklist. So, you can tell there's still a lot of angst and disagreements between the China side and the U.S. side, and concern over data privacy and data security.
Hey there, Hedgeye Nation, or if you're not part of Hedgeye Nation, thanks for watching Hedgeye on YouTube. If you haven't already, make sure to click on the button below there. Subscribe to our YouTube page. You can also follow the link in the description to our website to get even more great investing content.